Hi, welcome back everybody, it's Mike Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy. We've got an iron head-to-head video and many of you have been asking and requesting for this video, and it is the Mizuno MP-18 MMC Iron, and obviously I'm going to put that up against the brand new MP-20 MMC. So we're seeing a new version of the MMC, obviously for the MP20 line. So we're doing a little comparison against the previous model, and very interested to sort of see the feel aspect. Obviously we've gone into the new MP range. The big story is this copper layering in underneath the sort of nickel plating here. So it'll be very interesting to see, can we get that, or do we see that extra bit of softness and feel that Mizuno are sort of claiming? Okay, so we're going to start off with the MP18, which obviously was a very successful iron, fantastic iron, looks great, it feels great, and we've got that little bit of forgiveness. So MMC, that multi-material with the tungsten and the titanium pad in there as well. We've obviously seen that again in the MP20. So it's an iron that's sort of trying to look like a player's iron, but just provide you with that little bit of forgiveness and backing with that multi-material concept in there. So I'd say great looking iron. These are both 7 irons. The lofts are exactly the same at 32. They've not changed the lofting of these into the newer model. So very identical shafts. Oh yeah, that feels wonderful. Beautiful feel. Fraction left side, the green, but getting up there very nicely. Lovely ball flight. Acoustics we know are always going to be very good. It's that soft feel. We've got that grain flow forge that Mizuno are very sort of renowned for. Just a bit pulley again on that one. Just catching that left edge of the green. Didn't quite get all of that, but just traveling a little bit further just through that little pulley shot. Probably just drop that spin a little bit for those fraction pulls. That's a nice strike. Got all that one. Beautiful ball flight. There you go, just going that little bit further, just to that better strike. We know strike's always going to change these numbers fractionally as I move the sort of strike around. That's good again, lovely. Nice and neutral, very consistent. It's a good thing with these sort of irons is you tend to see a little bit more of that consistency of that flight, a little bit of that launch window. Spin, obviously we're going to look at those numbers. Feels good. Let's just hit one more and then we'll move into that MP20. Good, just a little bit pulley. Catch it left edge again. Yeah, just a little bit pulley on that one. Okay, so that's about shots hit with the MP18. So let's shift into the MP20. Let's see if there's any differences. Right, okay, so MP20 in our hands now. Just doing a little comparison, just looking at the soles here. So we can maybe just see MP20 maybe just fractionally thinner on the sole, I think there, just looking at it. A little bit more of a polished section to it, so it looks a little bit more of that player's sort of club, doesn't it? That more high polished traditional sort of finish. Again, we've got the grain flow forge, as we see, we've got the titanium and the tungsten in there, a little bit different in terms of the weight of the tungsten. This is the big thing that Mizuno is saying, and I definitely sort of see this. So putting these two clubs down in the playing position is the MP18 definitely has a slightly thicker top line. So MP20 a little bit slimmer, which I think is a good thing because it just gets it closer to the MB, the muscle back iron. So I think a lot of golfers would probably blend these with, you know, the MMC possibly in those longer irons with the MBs being the short irons. So you don't want too big a jump of that look and that top line sort of shaping in a way. So the fact that it's gone a lot closer to the MB, I think it's only 1 millimeter different to the MB. So it's a nice sort of shape, I would say, in terms of that top line. Okay, let's get some shots hit. Really interested to see the feel of this. Obviously with that copper plating, which they used to do in the very early models. They brought this back. Ultimate feel is what they're saying. Let's see if we can feel that. It's not a bad one, just slightly pushed that time, but it's going to hit the green. That's good, that felt really nice. Oh, feels fantastic. That feels really good. It feels as good as, in my opinion, that was a nice shot, that. The sound of it probably just sounds a little bit more muted, but I tell you what, I don't think there's a lot in it. Does it feel softer? Let's just hit a few more. That felt beautiful, that felt really solid. It could be a tiny bit softer, but I don't know whether I'm just reading into that because I know it's got that copper in there. Am I feeling that because I know it's got the copper? I don't think there's a massive amount in it. I think if you blindfold me and switch them around, I think it'd be very difficult to call it. I think definitely the look of it behind the ball looks more pleasing to me. Definitely an improvement from the 18. Not quite as blocky or square on that top line. Tiny bit pushy. The strike was very good. It's a slightly different shot pattern there, which is quite interesting. And the shot pattern that I don't mind, that little slight little pushy one for me. Wow. That feels really good. I think it just does feel a little bit different. I'm going to say it does feel slightly softer, but again, I'm not sure whether that's just because I actually know, but it does feel very, very good. A little bit more muted on the sound, which I like. It gives me more of that feel that it's a real traditional forged blade club, even though it's got that sort of titanium tungsten in the bottom of the club. Okay, let's go look at some numbers and see if we can split the performance between MP20 and MP18. Okay, so let's look at some numbers. So we've got MP18 on the top, MP20 on the bottom. So ball speed identical, as you'd probably expect. 32 degrees loft isn't really going to change. Ball speed massively there. My strike will just change that more than anything, but pretty identical. Launch angle a little bit lower than P18. Probably just saw a little bit more of that left side of the green shot pattern with MP18 against MP20, so that's probably where it's just come out a little bit lower, and where maybe the spin's just dropped into that lower bracket at 5.5, quite low that really. With the MP20 you can see just short of 6,100, so not as big a drop off, and again probably a little bit more that left pattern with the MP18 just pulled that number lower than what we're seeing with the MP20. Peak height 34 yards, it's 32, again a little bit left bias, probably just gives you that slightly lower fight with a little bit less spin, lower launch, and obviously makes it go a little bit further at 176 against 173. So really not a lot in it between those two irons. Obviously MP20 got more straighter shots, which is a good thing, so getting through buying process or fitting process, that would be quite appealing. But yeah, really not a massive amount between it. And to be honest, do we expect to see a huge jump between those two irons? You know, MP18 isn't a bad iron, it's a fantastic iron. You know, MP20, it's just subtle changes, trying to improve it at that small percentages. Okay guys, so there we go, there's MP18 against MP20. So for me, two brilliant irons. MP20, just that slightly more muted sound. Is that the softer feel? Possibly. It's very difficult to split that. But both fantastic irons. I think definitely the look is a big improvement with the MP20. That I like that slimmer top line there that Mizuno have done. It would be a bit more blendable with the MB iron, the blade iron. So I think that is a big positive there. But comment down below, let me know your thoughts. If you've got MP18 at the moment, would you be upgrading MP20? Love to hear your thoughts as always. If you're watching the videos and you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Very much appreciate it. So hit that bell icon if you have subscribed so you get notifications of any future videos. As soon as I land on my channel, you'll be one of the very first ones to watch it. And hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.